Hello everyone, how's it going? I'm WoWcrendor and welcome back to another episode of Pointless Top 10, a show where we make top 10 lists out of pointless things. Why are we flying by this pointless statue in Booty Bay? Because inside pointless things are treasure. Let's begin! Number 10 is Fairless, and I picked Fairless because I think Fairless's roads are just nice and relaxing. You know, there's just dirt and like some cobblestone rocks, and you get to see all these green trees, green grass, waterfalls, like pillars and stone bridges and stuff, and it's just a nice relaxing walk, especially if it's raining out, which you can see right here. There's some wooden bridges. Now there's like the down trees and stuff, but before the cataclysm, even all this was just very relaxing as well. And I just have a lot of nostalgic memories even leveling in this zone because as you could probably tell, if you I like the color green, is what I'm trying to say, and this zone's very green, and so I like it, and so I put it at number 10. Okay. Number 9 is Shadowmoon Valley, and I picked Shadowmoon Valley because it just has a lot of pretty cool roads. They're pretty, they're cool, they're pretty cool, literally. So this one, you can see it's almost like lily pad roads, but I think they're clovers. So if you look at this, you can see it's like a one-leaf clover, and the dude's just walking through all the one-leaf clover things. Is that even a thing? I know there's 4-leaf clovers and 3-leaf clovers. Are there 1-leaf clovers? I need to, hold on. 1-leaf clover. It looks like, no, there's just a bunch of 4-leaf clovers. I don't think 1-leaf clovers actually exist. And if they do, you should tell me or tweet me a picture because I don't see it. Either way, they got some cool roads. There's also some dirt roads. There's some cool stained glass looking roads. It's just neat. That's why it's number 9. Number 8 is Nagrand, and I put Nagrand at number 8 a little for nostalgic purposes as well, because I remember just walking down these roads and being so taken away by the environment and everything around you, and I think they actually look pretty cool for their time. They're almost like pebble-esque roads, almost cobblestone-esque, a little bit of cobblestone in there. I actually know nothing about roads, so I'm saying all these things like cobblestone or whatever, but I'm actually positive what cobblestone actually looks like. I'm pretty sure it just looks like that. And look at this, they even have alien-made roads. The aliens made their own roads, or the Naru or whoever it was. I don't know, listen. I'm terrible at lore. I'm terrible at remembering lore things, but, you know, that's, hey, Cleft Hoof. What is it? Look at this guy. Look at him. He's not even going off the path. He's not even following the road. He's just taking his own path into the tree. What are you doing? Number 7 is Stormheim, and I put Stormheim here because it's just an upgraded zone, and it has a decent variety of roads. So as you can see going up this one, there's the mountain road, and then there's some wooden planks over the road to, I guess, smoothen it out. I don't actually know why they do that. Is that like a thing? Like, somebody in the comments, does anybody actually do that? Like, do you live in the mountains, and have you, like, put planks over gravel or something? I don't know. So there's also a similar thing where it's like autumn or fall, as you can see there. And then here's a mountain where there is just like a gravel road where it leads up the mountain. And then there's a very old school looking road with not many textures on it. But Stormheim, I think it's just a great zone. It's got a lot of cool roads, and that's why I put it at number 7. Number 6 is the Barrens, and I actually went and looked up cobblestone, and this is cobblestone, so I was right about most of these cobblestone roads. I just wanted to make sure. But I had to put the Barrens here pretty much for a nostalgic purpose again, because this is like one of the longest roads, I think, in vanilla World of Warcraft, maybe even modern World of Warcraft, because it stretched from the southern Barrens up to the northern Barrens when it was literally just the Barrens. So it's just one zone with a big-ass road going all the way through it. And I think everybody can remember just walking or running down this road, or even PvPing on it, or looking for Mancrick's wife on it. It's just, how can you leave this road off the list? This is just one of the most monumental roads in the game, and it's still alive. It's been beaten up by the Cataclysm a bit and split in half, but you know what? Keep on keeping on, Barrens Road. Number 5 is Valley of the Four Winds, and I put Valley of the Four Winds here because, one, there's a really cool road, as you can see there, that wraps around Half Hill. And then there's some dirt cobblestone roads as well, as you can see there. And then there's these cool, like, carriage paths where you can obviously tell things with wheels have driven down this path, or that's what it was built for. Then here's a little path with all the little rat men jumping up and down it. I think Valley of the Four Winds, it may not be the most, the most beautiful roads you've ever seen, but I think the atmosphere that you're looking at as you walk down those roads is really what sells it. And I'm kind of basing it on both of those. I'm basing it on the road, but also the views. And so, take it for what it's worth. Some people are probably, Crendor, that's not truly roads. You should be judging it based off the actual road. Listen, all right, it's my show. I do what I want. Number 4 is the Arathi Highlands, and I picked the Arathi Highlands because, well, for one thing, I feel like it really encapsulates what roads are. It's literally just built out of cobblestone and dirt roads, and the entire zone is grass, dirt, mountains, and trees, which is like, prime road materials. And this shot right here is actually posted on the WoW Reddit, and somebody tagged me in it, and they were like, hey, Crendor, top 10 roads? And I was like, hey, that's a good idea. So here we are. That was like a year ago, though, so it took a year to do it, but we finally got the pointless top 10 roads. But really, I think Arathi Highlands just a good old school fashion medieval roads zone, if that makes sense. It probably doesn't, but you know what? That makes sense to me. Number 3 is Azshara, because Azshara's got some of the craziest and most unique roads in World of Warcraft. It's literally a Goblin Highway of road. It's a literal road. And obviously it was after the Cataclysm, but this is some prime Goblin engineering. And I mean, there's no road like this in World of Warcraft prior to the Cataclysm hitting and the Goblins doing all this, so I feel like it has to be up in the top of the list because of how different it is from pretty much every other zone. And obviously some of the new instances, like the Motherlode, have a lot of Goblin stuff like this in it. But this was really the first of its kind when it came out back in Cataclysm. So you know what? That's good enough for number 3. Number 2 is Stormsong Valley, and I picked Stormsong Valley because look at that view. That is an amazing path to walk down. The bridges look amazing. The roads look amazing. It feels like Arathi Highlands mixed with Stormheim, mixed with like Valley of the Four Winds. Like, it's just an amazing looking zone, and wherever you walk in Valley of the Four, or Stormsong Valley, we're not in Valley of the Four Winds, it blows you away. This is one of those zones where I wouldn't even care if the quests were boring here. Some people are like, Stormsong Valley's boring. I don't care. I would come here just to walk around and be like, oh my god, this place just looks amazing. Like, I would come here on vacation. This is where like people on House Hunters on HGTV are like, oh my god, the view. Like, they buy the house just for the view. I would build a house in Stormsong Valley. And there's that lady just jogging down the road. That's why it's number 2. Number 1 3/4. I got ya. I can't believe I never did this before, where I just, put some numbers in between 2 and 1 or something, but I had to include Dunmorrow because, number 1, look at the path up to Ironforge. It's just, I think everybody in the game has traveled up this path. Even if you don't main Alliance, I think you've gone up there to Ironforge, even if you were just a Horde raiding it, and it's easily one of the most well-known roads in the game. And then just the snow-covered cobblestone as well is so nostalgic and so cool looking, because I remember first character I ever made in World of Warcraft was a dwarf hunter, so I remember traveling along these roads and just being like, oh my god, this game is amazing. So I do have a little bit of nostalgia sprinkled in there, but I think it just looks great too on top of it all, even in modern terms. So that's number 1 3/4. Whoa, I got you again. We're at 1.5. You thought this was going to be number 1, but it's not. We're at 1.5. When will the numbers stop? Nobody knows, except me, because I make the list. So, I mean, I know the list. But I wanted to include High Mountain, because look at this. At the top of the mountains, there's these really cool bridges and snow paths, or roads, in addition to all the gravel and the bridges that are practically so long they're roads themselves. And then there's this really cool gravel that kind of mixes with Stormheim. And then there's just some dirt, rocky paths. It's just a big variety of stuff in High Mountain, and it's just very scenic as well. And then there's this moose who's just eating somebody's picnic basket like Yogi the Bear on the side of the road. And number 1 is Grizzly Hills. I had to put Grizzly Hills at number 1 because I feel like it just has some amazing roads, some amazing views, one of which being is this dark iron dwarf like slate road. I haven't seen anything like that in WoW, actually, at least zone-wise. And there's some paths that go under a tree. There's a few paths that go under trees, and then there's also some bridges that you go over that are made out of logs. It just has so many cool things in it that you know, I had to put it at number 1. And sure, there's Stormsong Valley, there's High Mountain, there's a lot of the other zones we saw that are more updated than Grizzly Hills, but I feel like for its time, it holds up just so well compared to so many of the other zones, and that's why I just felt like it had to be number 1. I mean, just look at this. You could go for a walk down this path, and it would just lower your blood pressure. You know, you would zen out, and you would be at peace with the world until you got attacked by, you know, a crazed furbolg or something. But, yeah. Okay. Okay. See you.